Hello, welcome to the Mediocre Takes podcast, the podcast where we share our mediocre takes on the shows and movies we watch. I'm Marco and here's my co-host Mel. How are you doing, Mel?
I don't think I'll ever get over you basically calling me a millennial.
Okay, so we were talking about this a little while back. Well, today, like a little while back before we recorded this. I was watching a TikTok that basically said that the doggo meme is kind of the same as the so eepy meme, and Mel like did not get it. And I was like, no, I disagree.
I get that they're trying to compare the two things, but two completely different things. I am no whatever. There's nothing cringe about saying so eepy.
Okay, if you say so. I still find it weird. Today we are talking about Batman Mask of Phantasm. So today is the start of our Batman animated movie retrospective. There are a few exceptions. Batman has to be the main character of the animated movies and no IP crossovers. And the first 9 films we're going to be talking about are going to be like a little marathon. So if you're listening to this first episode, wait for the other 8 episodes because they will be coming. Also, we are recording the first section of the Batman animated movie marathon like 4 months in advance. So if any of you guys ask why you forgot something, don't. So yeah, let's just get started with Mal's explanation.
Well, so actually, real quick before we get into this film, we need to talk about Batman the Animated Series. It was, as the title implies, an animated series about Batman. The cartoon won 2 Daytime Emmys and 1 Primetime Emmy Award, fact. And many consider this one of the best cartoons ever made, opinion. This is also where we were introduced to everyone's favorite DC girl boss, Harley Quinn.
Wait, that was the first time we get to meet Harley Quinn?
Yes, Harley Quinn
Wow.
was actually created for the animated cartoon.
If only they could do that with the Phantasm.
Yeah, she was kind of, well, technically she becomes canon in Batman Catwoman, that comic series. This was originally supposed to be a direct-to-DVD movie, but actually got moved to a theater release. The creators had a tight schedule, 8 months to produce this film, which was released between the first and second season of the animated show. Even with that tight schedule, they still got pretty positive ratings and reviews. Lastly, you don't need to watch the animated show to understand the movie. There are literally zero connections between the two except that they were created by the same people. Okay, the summary. A new vigilante called the Phantasm is killing mobsters. Batman's investigation leads him to finding out their identity to be Andrea Beaumont, his old girlfriend, before becoming Batman. Batman tries to stop her, but she ties up her last loose end by killing the man who killed her father, the Joker.
So when you told me that this was going to become a direct-to-DVD film, I honestly got bad vibes because we all know those films are usually bad. But I actually really, really loved this film. It's probably going to be one of my favorite Batman films. Even once we watch all of the other ones, I'm guessing this will become one of my favorites.
Yeah, a lot of people say that this is still like one of the best Batman animated films that have ever come out.
Yeah, definitely. The Phantasm is such a great, amazing character slash antagonist, and I love the design, but I hate how little this character is used in the movie. Also, I feel like this character and Andrea, who is the Phantasm in the mask, should definitely be part of the canon because this character was so well used in the movie. Although I do agree with you that like I could see this becoming done really bad if the rise weren't that good. I love the way they used Andrea to mirror Batman's character in the movie. Like, oh, this was really good writing. I feel like this movie did Batman's internal struggle better than most Batman media, and that's honestly kind of sad. Like, the scene where Bruce is crying at his parents' grave was really great. Yeah, it's amazing his parents died, you know? I was not expecting the Joker to come into this movie, and I was kind of worried because they were going to throw him in just because he's one of the most well known Batman villains. But they actually did a good job handling all these characters. Like when they actually connected Joker to what was happening in the plot, I was literally like surprised Pikachu face.
I do have some beef with that, mostly because I hate every version of Joker that implements him into Bruce's life before Bruce becomes Batman. There are some Earths where he literally is the person who kills Bruce's parents, and that just seems really stupid to me. Like I just the dynamic between Batman and the Joker isn't suddenly deeper if they met when they were younger. That just sort of feels like a twist someone in their middle school creative writing class would think of. I don't think it makes their dynamic any more cooler. I actually think the fact that Joker is just this like really like crazy guy who sees Batman and is like, I'm gonna fuck with that guy for the rest of my life is actually much more interesting than if they have some deeper connection.
Now that you mentioned it, it honestly gives me Helluva Boss season 2 episode 1 vibes, where like we get to see the background of Blitz and Stolas and how they met when they were children. It's like literally that, but just in a different font. It's kind of weird that the Joker actually like is the Joker before he meets Batman, because in most Batman media he becomes the Joker because of Batman. And I feel like it would be way more interesting like if the Joker was created because of Batman instead of the Joker just being the Joker before that. I love the animation. The animation is great. Though it feels kind of old, I still appreciate it. It's kind of pretty.
So I absolutely love the animation, and I understand that half of me likes it because of the nostalgia, but I also think I like it because the fact that there's so much more expression and personality in these older films, especially compared to their most recent stuff. And I just especially love the backgrounds. They look so good.
Yes, we always love a good background. I really love the like beginning scene where like it's moving through the city. I really like that scene as well. The animation is pretty great. Andrea was honestly so slay. Like I agree with her. Like yes, kill these terrible men. We love that.
Yeah, that's the one thing I always struggle with when it comes to liking Batman, because I really do like Batman. In my opinion, a real Batman truly does believe like that you shouldn't let your anger and vendetta like get the best of you, and you shouldn't kill people. But like, girl, some people need to die, you know? And that's where I'll always differ when it comes to Batman.
Yes, I definitely agree with you. And I remember we one time had a discussion about Batman and how we get that he's like a superhero and everything, but he's literally a billionaire and he could just throw money at stuff and it'll automatically be solved. And I remembered you mentioned how much that pissed you off because you also agreed with me on that.
Yeah, and it's just when I'm consuming Batman media of any kind, I really do have to remove myself from my own feelings and stuff and sort of just put myself in this scenario and situation. And when I do that, I know I said that I differ on Batman with how like I would deal with certain people, but at the end of the day, what makes Batman Batman is the fact that like any good Batman does not kill and does not use a gun. Fight me on that.
But at the same time, it's kind of lame, you know?
It is. It is. But that's why we have other characters that we can be like, Queen Slay. That's why we have
Yeah, definitely.
Phantasm.
Oh yeah, definitely. I love how well they wrote the plot of this movie in such a short runtime. Like I don't know if you guys get it, but this was such good writing in such short time. Like I was surprised. I was also a bit confused on what happened during the Bullock laughing scene. It took me a while to realize that that was Bullock. Mostly because I wasn't like paying enough attention, which I honestly should have been. But yeah.
Andrea's comment at the cemetery about how she was done talking with her mom's grave, since her mom doesn't have much to say, dead parent jokes will always be funny to me.
I really like that part where like oh I forgot already. But like Andrea asks Bruce Wayne a question and Bruce Wayne is like, why would you ask me that? And it's like I'm not asking, my mother is.
That is so slay.
Yeah.
She is so slay. She's such a clever character.
Yeah, she is. Especially her mom, like, go dead mom. Say something to Batman.
Yeah, my favorite Batman stories are the ones where everyone hates Batman, specifically the cops. Like, if a whole police department hates you, you're doing something right. Okay, yeah, it is. I struggle with this. When I first watched this, I truly did think it was kind of bullshit that Andrea's first thought when seeing Batman near Bruce Wayne's parents' grave is that he's Batman. It just felt like too quick of a connection. And I understand that once again, they're on a limited runtime. I try to validate it by being like, okay, well, she knew him for a while. They were literally dating. He literally asked her hand in marriage. But like, I don't know, it just seems too quick. I think it's the way they did it where it was too quick of a connection for me.
Do you think the Joker knew that Batman was Bruce Wayne? I know what you're gonna say.
Fine, speak for me.
I'm gonna say it anyways. I just
No,
want to see
speak
if
for
I'm
me.
right. You're gonna say you would find that annoying because you hate the am I right?
Well, yes.
I knew it. I knew it.
But no, actually, I don't think he does because at least the Joker from the animated series does not want to know Batman's identity because he likes the thrill and the mystery of it all. So I would say no. And I would also say any Joker that knows Batman's identity and like toys with him about it is fucking stupid.
Can you explain why you went like that though?
I just think that what makes Joker a really interesting character is that he truly is a guy just out here wreaking havoc, and he truly is like finds a lot of joy in playing with people and messing with people. And I feel like we know that he loves toying with Batman specifically, and I feel like a lot of that, I don't know, a lot of that energy would sort of be taken away if he knew one of the biggest mysteries about like his number one plaything.
Honestly, it reminds me of Harley Quinn, the show.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We're gonna talk about that too, guys, don't worry. Oh, wait, we might already be talking about this by the time this I honestly don't know.
Yeah, like I said before, we're recording this like months in advance, so maybe the Harley Quinn episodes will come out before this. So who knows?
Okay, I feel like I've already established this. I do like Andrea. I don't have anything against her, and I'm not a woman hater, but I don't like seeing Bruce with anyone who isn't Selena Kyle, aka Catwoman. Like literally no one is a good fit for Batman besides Catwoman. But I'll keep that rant for when we review a movie she's in. Also, I love the Alfred sass when Batman is being a little bitch. It's always fun to see that though Alfred is Bruce's butler and has been his butler for his whole life, he's never been seen or has seen himself as inferior. If there's one thing Alfred's gonna do, it's speak his mind. Andrea moaning when she kissed Arthur. Ew. Gross.
Wait, she moaned?
Yes. She's like, I'm not gonna moan. But she moans. It's like she did it to make Bruce jealous because she knew he was there, but, like, think of the kids. Yeah,
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. That's something I also want to mention. I really like how, despite this being like a kids' cartoon, they still managed to like do blood and everything, and like a characters actually died because a lot of kids shows won't do that anymore. But I feel like kids should know about death. They should know about blood and stuff. So I honestly really appreciate that.
Another slay for this film. Also, another reason why I love this Batman and Batman similar to this one is that he loses. He loses, he gets beat, and he has feelings. And I love those versions of Batman because when Batman is just this like stoic demigod that's constantly winning and constantly just like beating the shit out of people, there's nothing fun about that. Like, there's nothing fun about literally having this guy who just always gets shit done and is never like countered or truly struggles because he is a human. And I feel like the best way to really get someone to like a character is to make them see that character as a human. Anyway, the Joker does beat women, but I think this is one of those rare cases where it isn't a man who wants to hit a woman, rather, it's just a guy who will throw hands with everyone, including children and dogs. And last thing, those last two lines, do you want to be alone? And then Andrea responds with, I am. Literally not Andrea starting her emo phase and not them ending on that. Anyway, Slay Queen.
Overall, I think this is a really amazing, fantastic film. You guys should really go watch it. For something that was going to be direct to DVD, I was genuinely surprised by how amazing this is, and you guys should really go watch it.
Do you want to guess what the budget was?
No, I don't. I don't know anything about budgets, but tell me.
It was 6 million.
Oh my god.
Which I don't know how big of a price tag that was for an animated movie from the 90s, but I think they did good with that money.
Yeah. But yeah, I really love this film. I really love how good the writing is. I really love how they've managed to like shove the Joker in without making the plot bad. And I really loved Andrea. She is so slay, and that's pretty much it.
This was a groundbreaking film for DC, specifically their animation division. They already created a beloved cartoon by the time this was released. I'd say this film aged very gracefully. In fact, I'd put this above a lot of the more modern animated films, and not just because of nostalgia, it truly is a great Batman film.
So we're going to tier rank all of the Batman animated movies after we finish watching them all, except for the IPs like I mentioned before. So Mel, I want you to predict. What do you think your prediction will be for how you'll tier rank this? Like where will it be?
S.
Yeah, me too. But I'm
Yeah.
predicting it's going to be S because this is like really amazing.
We'll also make sure to put our official ranking up on our socials so you guys can see it when we're done. Well, now that we're done talking about that phantasmic fantastic film, it's time for a little segment I like to call the Mediocre Minute. This is a tiny little micro moment where me and Marco recommend books, comics, music, games, and more for you all to have a little peek at while you wait the whole 24 hours for our next episode to release, because I promise you these will be released every day for 9 days. I will be re-recommending the comic series Batman: The Adventure Continues. Like I said before when I first recommended this is just a continuation of the animated series. It's a solid comic. Something I love about this is it keeps the artistic style of the animated series. Currently, you can pick up the first 2 seasons on paperback or hardcover if for some reason you like reading hardcover comics. Weirdo. I've finished the first. I'm still working on the second. Loving it so far. As of recording this, the 3rd season is still coming out. But if you're as slow of a reader as I am, the paperback will be out by the time you're done with the first 2 volumes. Marco, what is your recommendation?
So my recommendation is Gays Gays. This is a pop culture podcast about like gay media in a gay lens. It's about 2 women named Erin. They're both named Erin, which is kind of confusing at times, but I really enjoy this podcast. One of my favorite episodes is their episode on Frankenstein and all the Frankenstein media they watch, and also about how Mary Shelley might have liked girls, which is really interesting. Personally, I am a big fan of the Frankenstein novel, so yeah. They also talked about Holiday I Do, Rebecca, some other movies, like a lot. Other side picnics, some anime. You know, it's a lot, but I really love it. Oh, they did an episode on She Loves to Cook, She Loves to Eat too, which is so slay.
What the fuck? And you never told me?
What? I haven't listened to it
I'm
yet.
heartbroken. Well, you've caught my eye.
Okay. But yeah, this is a really good podcast, and I really love the co-host, and I really love the host. So yeah. Anyways, you guys, that's our thoughts on Batman: Mask of Phantasm. If you want to send us a voice message on Spotify for podcasters, there'll be a link in the description to do so below. We also on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads, which are @MidTakesPod, and that's everything. So goodbye.